This is an Ectobook. My company makes these for our clients because we've learned that they have about a 99% engagement rate. What makes them so special? Let me show you.
And here's my open letter to Nick and all the good people at eFoils. My name's Stefan, and I've been riding your boards hard and fast for the last 5 years. I'm not just an eFoil owner. I'm an evangelist. I'm a critic, probably your harshest critic. I'm a tough reviewer of eFoils. I'm a daily rider who lives and breathes for the fun of this sport. My journey with Lift started on a Gen 2 Sport, and then I immediately upgraded to the Lift 3 Pro, and I'm currently riding the Lift 4 Pro. And I don't just dabble. I dominate race courses here in the Midwest, and I put your boards through their paces. I ride them hard for between 1 and 4 hours every day that the weather allows. And I'm not a quiet customer. I've been one of your harshest critics, but also one of your loudest fans. My subscribers know that when I talk about a product on Verdant Ride, they're going to get the unfiltered truth. And that honesty has influence. Over 80% of surveyed subscribers report that my commentary has directly shaped their purchasing decisions when it comes to eFoils. My experience with your boards has been outstanding. My Gen 2 Sport still rides like the day I bought it. I've literally spent $0 on maintenance. Sure, I've had issues, but you've solved every single one, and quickly. I've told my audience time and time again, when you buy a lift board, if something's going to fail, it's going to happen early, and you guys will make it right. After that, it just seems to run forever. You've fundamentally changed how I spend my time on the water. After my first eFoil, I sold my wakeboard boat and I never looked back. Your boards are quieter, more eco-friendly, lower impact, easier on my knees, wrecked from years of wakeboarding, and they just work. There's no rigging sails, no untangling kite lines. I pull a trigger and I go. Setup is so fast. I've told my viewers it takes me longer to get into my wetsuit than it does to go from storage to dock. Your boards even travel well. I can fit mine fully assembled in the back of my 2008 Prius. If I need to bring all three, no problem. I collapse them and I can fit them all back into that same car. That's how dialed in your design is. It just works with my life so well. When I first saw the Lift 5 Pro, I thought, this isn't for me. I already have 3 boards. The new features, like the fast attach battery, quick mount mast, they're perfect for most riders. And I've told my audience that. If you don't own an eFoil yet, and if you ever need to pack it up and bring it with you in a car, these features are killer. They're awesome. But I store my board fully assembled just 40 feet from the water. My setup time is 1 minute, 15 seconds. So those convenience upgrades, well, they just didn't feel all that compelling to me. Then I read that the Lift 5 Pro board is just 16.5 pounds. Dropping that battery lid shaved off 7 pounds compared to my Lift 4 Pro board. Well, when I read that, I was ready to say, shut up and take my money. That's until I realized that the total ride weight was actually about a half pound heavier than what I currently ride. You added a couple inches to the length, you dropped 1 from the width. And I can see how that would be better, especially for rail-to-rail riding, which is mostly what I spend my time doing here in Minnesota. I still wasn't convinced that those specs alone justified an upgrade. I'm not riding in the ocean. I'm not paddling out into big waves. I ride lakes. I race. I freestyle. And when I'm doing it right, my board never even touches the water. So features like a double concave hull and chin rails or refined tail contours, while great for surf, and great for recovery, they're just not things that I need to lean on. I think that these upgrades will make a better experience for most riders, but not necessarily for me. So I was content to wait. Maybe the Lift 6 will bring the ultra-light, ultra-small, race-ready monster that I've been dreaming of. But then May 1st hit, my new wetsuit arrived, my Lift 4 Pro was still mounted on the wall, so I just grabbed my Lift 3 Pro. It was already assembled and ready to hit the lake. So I took it for a ride and it rode great, just like the day I first put it in the water. Then a few days later, I finally got around to getting out my tools and tearing my Lift 4 Pro off the wall and That's when it hit me. The difference was massive. The balance, the silence, the ride quality, it was like night and day. On paper, Lift 3 and Lift 4, they don't look that different. But when you're on the water, when your muscle memory syncs up with that board, all those subtle improvements you put into that come together, and it's amazing. I mean, they are invisible at first, but they build into something that's not just better. It's almost unthinkably better. Which brings me back to Lift 5. You made the jump from Lift 3 to Lift 4 feel like a quantum leap. And I'm wondering, could it be that the Lift 5 is a whole new experience that only reveals itself when you've spent time riding it? And then I realized there's really only one way to find out. So here's my ask. I want to demo a Lift 5 Pro, and I'm going to need it for a week. I'm going to need 7 days to test it, to review it, to live with it, charge it, carry it around, and I need to ride it a bunch. That's the minimum amount of time that I need to properly learn how to ride it and then run it through a race course and find out what it can do for freestyle riding. My local affiliate is Zen Water Sports here in Stillwater, Minnesota. While they can hook me up with a 4.9 demo, we both know that will not give me the experience I'm looking for. I need to ride the Lift 5 Pro, and it needs to be matched with the same kind of gear that I ride now so that I can evaluate it and find out if this board lives up to the evolution that I felt going from the Lift 3 to the Lift 4. And I realize you've got a business to run, so here's what's in it for you. My audience and you will get from me a full-length, no-holds-barred, total review. And I'll air that right here on Verdant Ride. It's a show watched by thousands, and it's trusted for providing years of honest insight on eFoiling. I'll give you access to all the 4K raw footage. It'll be color graded, shot with cinematic drones, FPV drones, Insta360, and beach cams. And it'll be shot right here on the lake I live on, which is almost private, and it's pristine, and it's perfect. You'll be able to use the footage however you want. So long as you don't misrepresent my words or my voice, just don't make it look like I've said something about your boards that I didn't say. You'll get high performance, broadcast quality footage shot on clean, freshwater lakes, which is something that I think your marketing library could use a bit more of. I'm in the land of 10,000 lakes. There's more people here looking for ways to enjoy time on the water and have access to water than just about anywhere else. So here's what my audience has asked for. And here's what I want to know myself. I want to know, is the performance I'm going to expect from a Lift 5 Pro significant enough where I can shave 4 seconds off my time in a half-mile slalom race course? That's the quantifiable question that I'll put to the test. And I also want to know subjectively, will it improve my experience with freestyling the way that it did between the Lift 3 Pro and the Lift 4 Pro? For the test to be functional and useful, I need to ride a very similar setup to what I'm currently riding. I race with a 100 Surf V2 and a 32 Glide, and I ride freestyle on a 160 Camber Pro with a 36 Glide. I only ride the tall mast, 32 inches, the new modulus mast. I ride with a fixed LCS, standard fixed prop, with no shroud. This is a setup that would keep the comparisons fair, board versus board, not gear versus gear. Also, if I fall in love with that board, I want to buy it through Zen Water Sports. I'm letting you know this because they've gone above and beyond to earn my loyalty. So if another dealer has to get involved to make this demo happen, I want to be clear with everyone that Zen has earned my business, and I would like to continue to reward that by continuing to purchase through Zen. And then one final request. If you agree to let me demo this board for a week, can I get it in yellow? I just think it would really pop on the water for the show, for the footage. So what do you say, Lift? Let's find out if your Lift 5 Pro is the next masterpiece.
I'm hoping that once I send this off to Lyft, they'll understand that it's a great idea to give me, Verdant Ride, an opportunity to demo the Lyft 5 Pro. I know that Nick doesn't use social media, and I respect that. So I think this is the best way for me to make sure that we're given a consideration. And just in case Nick and Lyft have never heard of Verdant Ride before, I did include some of our greatest hits down here that they can click on these buttons and see a whole bunch of our best episodes that feature their board primarily. So hopefully soon I'll get a response from Lyft, and hopefully soon you'll be seeing my review of the Lyft 5 Pro. I think this is essentially everything I can possibly do to make this happen. So let's hope.